Skylanders Universe was a very unique Skylanders game, and you might never be able to play it again. We still haven't found the files we need to bring it back. If you want to help, you can always help us reach Activision, or of course if you have the Shockwave file, or even if you had a PC that you played it on and didn't delete the cache data. For example, if you had an old PC that you played it on, then updated to a newer one, and never used that old one again. So, please go to the Discord server and tell us, since we might be able to get it back from that. Don't join if you're just going to post memes. Join it if you're going to continue the conversation. But aside from that, this video will serve as a documentation of all the work we've put into finding the game, and a guide for anyone that's going to find it in the future. The search for Universe started in the Skylanders Reverse Engineering server on July 8th of 2021, and after Nefarious tech support explained the point of the channel, we got to work. At first, it was looking amazing. We thought the files were on Flashpoint, but after a few days we realized that was not the case. And so that was the first roadblock into preserving this game. So we started our search, and we found that there was a cutting room floor page. On that cutting room floor page, we found this line of text. Hidden in the SWF file is what appears to be a developer's view of a part of the main Skyland, complete with a sunflower placed randomly in the air. This image overlays a program. The file is titled Spring Weather. Source: Rad Spyro. This was an immediate big deal, but we had learned he hadn't been on the web on any of his older names for 4 or so years. So we tried to get in contact, and we finally got a reply. He said that he had never had the files and he ripped them from the game directly while it was still running. But he would check if he had anything. He never replied. We of course had the idea of contacting Firma, who are the developers of SSU. We found on their website they had a contact email. After a few days, we decided what to say and we sent it to them, and we never got an answer. There were many people on the forum Dark Spyro that had extracted art assets from the game. Our idea was that a person may potentially have the files, but we found, just like Red Spyro, that they had extracted the art assets from the game while it was running and not download the SWF file. And that remained the search up until recently, where I decided I would try and recover the game. My first thought was that we could contact Firma again. So I went to their LinkedIn and I found they had a Facebook. Their Facebook was open to messages. I sent them a message, and lo and behold, 2 days later, I got a response. In that response, they said they would see if they had anything and they would message back when they did. So while I was waiting, I was searching random websites for information, and what I kept finding was that there was a planned mobile port, but seemed to never been released. The majority of websites were reviews, but there was one that claimed to have a download of the game. This is sadly not true. There was never anything there, not even on the Wayback Machine. I also checked as many archive sites and flash archives as possible on the off chance that they had it on there. It didn't surprise me when there was nothing. I even went mad enough to check pirating sites, and again, there was nothing. After about a week of waiting, they replied, and they no longer had anything from the development of the game. They wished us the best of luck and thanked us for showing interest in their company. With this option gone, I decided to contact developers of the game to see if they had any backups. I started by trying to find the credits of the game. I was not able to find them. If you have them, please contact me. If we had those, it would help a lot. While I was not able to use the credits of the game to find the people who made it, I did find that a lot of developers had LinkedIn with histories of every project they had been in. I found a majority of developers by just Googling them with the keywords Skylanders Universe, Firma, LinkedIn. After I found a dev, I would search for them on Facebook, and I would message them and wait for their response. In addition, I found an old Freema slideshow presenting a system that would allow them to use code from their websites to make mobile ports of those games. And as one of their examples, they used Skylanders Universe. There were 2 people credited. I messaged both of them, and neither one responded. Well, I got responses from 16 out of the 28 people I had contacted. Sadly, most people said they had nothing, wished me the best of luck, and suggested contacting Activision. A few people wanted to help out more. There was one person I was talking with, and I decided to ask whether there was a planned mobile port. This is their response. While they didn't outright say that the game had a mobile port, this should be enough evidence that there was one planned at some point. But here is where it gets interesting. I was talking with a different developer, and they asked me what my technical knowledge was. I told him, and we chatted for about a week, and he said he had the files on a hard drive that contained stuff from when he was working there. But he did say he didn't fully trust me. I'm a stranger on the internet, which is completely fair. I had previously said that there was a community of people that would love to have the game back, and he asked me to show proof that people did want this game back. So I posted in the Discord server, we made the Reddit post, and Boombringer made a video about it. After about a day, the evidence piled up, and his hard drive was formatted years ago. While this was a big blow to our search, he did say he would help and try and get us in contact with Activision. That's where the current situation is with them. But there was one last thing that I found, and it was the audio of that presentation, Studio 3D, which was the software that would turn web games into mobile games. And while I haven't listened to it all, I find it very interesting, and it's good to know that it's been archived now. Now, with the majority of developers contacted and most of our other leads gone, there are 2 options to finding the game. One is contacting Activision, and while I've made attempts to contact them, none have worked. The other option is to find someone with a browser cache of the game, and that's the purpose of this video, to find that person. If you have any questions, just ask and I will gladly answer them.